Did you guys go? Wasn't there a field trip?
There was a field trip to the Renaissance Fair and you didn't let me go on it. Hello, everyone. My name is Hannah.
And I'm Carolyn.
And welcome back to Close Knit with
Carolyn
and Hannah.
Yay! And we are at 15.
Yeah.
So we skipped again last week.
Quince.
Yeah. So
It's
now.
our quince.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that our lesson this week?
Yeah.
Is that Spanish?
Quince means 15 in Spanish.
Yeah. We're going to have a number lesson every week. That's awesome.
Sure.
Got to learn things. So this week we're going to do, what are we doing?
You came up with it.
I came up with it.
You should describe it.
Oh, little did I know. Kind of stories throughout our life. Like, do you ever say that to someone? Like, little did I know then.
Right.
Like, that was going to happen. Like, so things that just kind of progress after something minor happens, maybe, or something happens. And then it's like, to me, it's just connecting the dots in life. Like, we're a whole big, like, remember those coloring books with Connect the Dots?
Yeah.
Those were my favorite. Like,
I
the
love those.
like the easy ones.
Mm-hmm.
I hated the ones that were like 1 to 100 because like took forever to do. But that's kind of how life is. It's just connecting the dots. And if you were here, then this happened, and you can kind of look back. So I guess they're just stories about things that have happened in our life. Little did we know then.
Right.
Yeah, I have a whole list. You said you have yours in your head.
Yeah, I'm going to come up with it on the spot, I think.
I mean, I might not go through all like, I got a whole list. Again, paper and pen. I don't do the whole write in the phone. I wouldn't even know how to do that. Is it in the notes or something section
in your
of
notes
your phone?
app.
Yeah, it's just, I can't do that. Okay, so I'm going to go back to when I was a kid, kind of go up that way of things that have happened in my life. Little did I know then, because at the time when you're going through it, you have no idea that later in life, you're going to figure something out from it. So for me, growing up on the farm with 8 brothers and sisters, like, little did I know how much it would teach me, and some of my greatest life lessons, actually. For instance, the work that farm kids have to do, or farmers in general, man, support your local farmers. Just for me, I mean, there were 6 boys and 3 girls. So the girls, we did more of the cooking, cleaning, picking weeds, all that. Once in a while, I have to pick rock, but I did whatever I could do to get out of it, or getting up and doing the bales of the hay barn. I didn't like doing that farm work, and I didn't have to do too much of it. But just that hard work, and you didn't complain. You just did it. And you're just part of the family team. Like, it really did teach like sharing and taking care of each other. But like the gardening thing, I hated, I despised gardening when I was little, like picking weeds and stuff.
Oh, I would have loved it. I think.
You would have loved being on the farm. The person you are now.
Yeah.
Like when I was young, I thought I was just like secluded from everything, and you just work all the time. You don't do much. But the gardening, now I love it. That was teaching me something. Little did I know then, I was being taught, like later in life, how to be a mom, how to cook and clean, how to take care of a home. Everything a stay-at-home mom or a mom does was teaching me as I was a kid. Survival of the fittest.
Yeah,
totally, with 6 brothers, but just the heat and the cold, the elements of weather. We grew up in an old farmhouse, so we didn't have the best heat the winter, and then like in the summer there was no air conditioning. One little fan. Like it was awful sleeping at night. Mosquitoes and that's why I don't like camping. Because growing up on the farm,
feel like you can't.
Yeah, was like I camped my whole life. My mother says the same thing, and I don't care for that. Taught you how to be creative and resourceful. Like my mom is so Martha Stewart. Like she can go out to the woods or the windbreak and bring back berries and pine and all this. She can make this amazing centerpiece.
Yeah.
Like you learn things like that when you're on the farm. You learn how to use nature and incorporate it in your home. And she She always did that for like Thanksgiving and
Mm-hmm.
very creative like that. Speaking of like gardening, we ate so healthy.
Mm-hmm.
Like we only had homemade, we garden, we ate the cow, ate from the cows.
Mm-hmm.
There was not a lot of like chips and, maybe homemade cookies, my mom's famous chocolate chip cookies. But that was the other thing. You just ate really healthy.
Right.
And then the other thing I pointed out was how you appreciated the little things so much. Like it was a huge deal to all get in the car and go into Dairy Queen
Mm-hmm.
in the summer. And we only did that like maybe once, maybe twice, like all summer long. Or we went to McDonald's one time. The time we went to McDonald's on Division, we were sitting outside and there was a big storm.
Mm-hmm.
And like all our French fries and everything was blowing around and we had to eat it in the car on the way home. Wah, wah. That was it. Wrap it up. That was your fun for the whole summer. That was it. No, I mean, we did like Benton County Fair.
Yeah.
There were like 3 things, the church bazaar. So I think that's why everything is such a big deal to me, because I didn't really do very much. And then I carried that over into my adulthood. So
Right.
I'm impressed with very small, like little things, little events make me happy. So anyway,
Which I think is a good mental skill to have.
I mean, yeah, because then when something really major happens, it's like, like I said, someday when I see the mountains, I'm going to drop to my knees. I'm going to be like, my gosh.
Right.
So yeah, just going to places and doing things. So for me, so that's what I think. Little did I know back then, growing up on the farm, how much that molded me and the person I am today and how much it helped me.
Yeah.
How about you?
I think probably my biggest little did I know moment was, this is going to sound so weird. Okay. But downloading a mobile game called Mystic Messenger.
When was that?
That was in early 2019.
Mm-hmm.
At the time I was in college, didn't really have like a whole lot of friends that I talked to.
Was this before Alan?
Yep.
This was pre-Alan days.
Pre-Alan days.
Her boyfriend. Okay.
It was winter, so I had like seasonal depression. I just wanted someone to talk to, genuinely. And so Mystic Messenger was like the character AI of its time.
Oh.
It was this game where you had like, I want to say like 5 different boys, and you would message them. Like you would choose from the messages that they would give you, and then it would tell you a story as you went through the game. And then sometimes you would be able to like develop a friendship or relationship with the characters.
But they were characters. Okay.
Yeah. Like it was like a game, like a story game.
Well, kind of like what we
on.
did with Timothy Chalamet.
Right.
Okay.
And that game made me realize how lonely I was. I was like, you know what? Maybe I should just do this in real life. Maybe I should just talk to real people rather than characters on a phone game.
Yeah.
So then I downloaded Hinge.
Oh. So
and then I met Alan.
So that's what was the determining factor to lead you to Alan.
Right.
So there you could connect the dots that maybe that is what kind of got you to take that step.
Yeah. A silly little phone game.
Yeah.
That made me feel less alone for like a month.
Yeah.
Was like, okay, wake up.
But then maybe
talk to real people.
Well, and just maybe gave you some courage.
Yeah.
To, you know what, I need to try this.
Yeah. So then I downloaded Hinge, just to mostly just talk to people.
Right.
Who are my age. And then I went to go delete the app because I was like, I've had enough of this. This is ridiculous. I opened the app for the last time and I saw Alan liked my profile. So I started talking to him and then I deleted the app and talked to him outside of the app.
Yeah.
And then now 5 years later.
Isn't that cool though?
Yeah.
Like just like I remember I freaked out when you told me you met somebody online.
Yeah.
I
You're
was
like, no.
freaking out. Yep, I was not having it. No, you're not. No.
Yeah. Yeah. But then you talk to him
Yeah.
over the phone and you were like, wow, you have such a good voice.
Oh, remember that? I told him he could be like a character in a movie.
Yeah.
He had a great voice.
Yeah.
Oh, I do remember that day.
Yeah.
Wow, that was a long time ago.
Yeah. We FaceTimed him. I was like, see, he's a real person.
Yeah.
Yeah. History ever since.
And there you go.
Yeah. Now I've got a friend group
Mhm.
from his side that I talk to, and him, obviously.
Well, look at all the things that you do now.
Yeah.
you know?
No, I definitely think if I wouldn't have had like a long distance boyfriend, then I wouldn't have learned how to drive.
Oh, gosh. Oh, that's another whole thing.
I would have had insane driving anxiety.
Oh.
I wouldn't have been able to go to probably half of the places that I've gone.
You wouldn't be able to drive me because I
Yeah.
still don't like to drive places and she drives. So yeah, that's a good point. That
Mhm.
look what that led. So look at how, I mean, you can see this right in front of your eyes, how we're figuring this out.
Mhm.
How starting on that game, whatever on your phone,
Yeah.
led you to Alan,
Yeah.
which led you to become independent enough to drive
Yes.
to the cities and back.
And just independent in general.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people don't understand just how much independence you gain from a long distance relationship.
Yeah.
When you're with someone, you want to be with them 100% of the time. At least I do.
Mm-hmm.
And with that distance, a lot of the times you can't.
Right.
You know, you have to make a schedule and stick to it.
Mhm.
And when I first met him, I only saw him maybe twice a month.
Yeah, you didn't see him very often.
Yeah. So that taught me not to be codependent on him, which I
Right.
think is super healthy.
Yeah. Well, you each have your own things.
Right. We learned how to each have our own interests and
Mhm.
then teach each other about our interests.
Right.
And, you know, now like I can explore what I want to do with my life and he can explore what he wants to do with his life.
Right.
And together we're still together
Right.
with that.
Yeah.
You know?
That's the healthy way of having a relationship.
Right.
That's cool. See how you connected those dots?
Yeah.
Little did you know
Little
when you were
did I-
playing that, feeling
little did
like
I
a
know.
lonely loser.
Yeah. Great game, by the way, but yeah.
It was teaching you something.
Yeah.
So that's okay. I mean, everything, there is no, I mean, you can look back and say some things were poor choices or bad ideas, but really they're just all learning experiences.
Mhm.
Like they teach you. And typically you learn from the harder things in life that you go through. You learn more from that.
Mhm.
So do you have anything else you want to add to that?
I think that's it for that point. That's definitely my biggest one.
Yeah, I'm like all over the place here. I think, just in following in line with like my life, like the next stage, I didn't realize, little did I know, how huge that saying, thank God for unanswered prayers,
Mm-hmm.
would become a theme in my life, because I can remember praying, so especially for like certain guys I liked and just places I want to go, things I want to do, and just like laying there just praying to God, oh please, please, like literally bawling, please let him. And now I think, oh my God, thank God that didn't work out, because that would have turned out terrible. Like you can look back in your life and things that you prayed for, somebody you
Yep.
really wanted to like you.
Yep, I got a few of those.
Yeah, I'm
Yep.
sure we all do. And then, time plays out a little bit, and then you can see like, oh my gosh, thank God I didn't.
Yeah.
I prayed so hard. Yeah.
You're a
Thank you.
real one.
Thank you, God, right? Yeah, and angels like watching out for you. But yeah, that is such a good song, that Garth Brooks song.
Mhm.
Thank God for unanswered prayers. It's so
Yeah.
true, because you wouldn't have what you have today if those prayers would have been, you know what I mean?
Right.
It's, when you think about it like that. So yeah, I was thinking about that.
that kind of reminds me of the saying, rejection is direction.
Amen.
As well.
Yep.
When you're rejected from something in your life, whether it's a person, a job, or a situation,
Yep.
it's taking you to somewhere else that's better for you in the long run.
Yes. It's
I
redirection.
100% believe in that.
Rejection is direction.
Yeah.
I love that saying too.
You always had that saying on the side of our fridge
remember that
at our old
house?
house. And every time I made
Toast. It was right there.
it was right there, and I would look at it.
It was on a little Post-it note.
Yeah.
Rejection is direction.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's so true. Again, you can look back in your own life.
Mhm.
The times you were rejected by something led you to something better
Mhm.
in your life. Yeah. So true. Okay. Do you have another?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Little did I know that by going to my friend's birthday party in 9th grade, I was going to start traveling the world for BTS
Oh, yeah.
and becoming a BTS fan.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is that where it all started?
Yeah. Did we talk about it last episode? I don't know, but I went to my friend's birthday party,
Mm-hmm.
and there another friend of mine was like, "Hey, have you ever heard of BTS?"
Oh.
And I was like, "I haven't, but like, let me check them out," because at the time I was already listening to K-pop
yeah.
a little bit. There was one group called 17 that
Yeah.
hadn't even debuted yet. And I was watching they would make like little vlog videos of
Yeah.
their process, and they were my age. And I was like, oh my gosh,
Yep.
that's so cool. Because at the time it was, One Direction
Yes.
had just broke up, and there was 5 Seconds of Summer that I really loved.
Yeah.
And they were all like older than me. And I was like, I wonder what group I'm going to like that's going to be around my
Mhm.
age. And then I found 17. And then my friend who also listened to K-pop was like, have you heard of BTS before?
Wow.
Showed me the dope music video at that party. And I went home and I listened to all of their music that they had come out with.
Yeah.
I learned all their names.
Yeah.
I like studied them like
Yeah.
they were at like a test. Like
Yeah.
from there, I just became a bigger fan. And then I showed my aunt Colleen.
And little did Colleen know
did Colleen
that
know.
she was going to get wrapped up into this life.
Yeah.
And be the travel tour guide
Yes.
taking you and then your cousin.
And then my cousin also
Yeah.
started listening to BTS. And the three of us have traveled so many places.
Okay, so the first one was where?
It was
What?
me and Colleen in Texas, Fort Worth, Texas. I saw them at the little Fort Worth Convention Center.
Yeah.
It was like people made jokes that there were like rats in the crowd, and like it was so like dingy and small, but
Yeah.
it was such a perfect first BTS concert.
Yeah.
Then had really good seats. Yeah.
Then what? What?
Then it was Chicago. That was in 2018
Mm-hmm.
for their Love Yourself tour.
Okay, and then
Or Love Yourself, Speak Yourself. Yeah, first one was Love Yourself tour. Second one was Love Yourself, Speak Yourself tour, which was like a rerun, but they did stadiums.
okay.
And then
After Chicago, did you go out to LA?
no, then COVID hit.
Oh.
We had such good lower to go see them in Chicago again.
Oh.
Really close to the floor, lower level. And Map of the Soul tour got canceled. We'll forever think about what that show could have been.
Yeah.
So then 2020 happens. We're watching all of their live shows that they
Right.
do from Korea. And then they announce that they're doing one show for 4 nights in Los Angeles. And I panicked.
For the whole country.
For the whole world.
Oh, it was for the whole world?
For the whole world.
Why
They
did they
didn't
pick-
perform anywhere else. They only performed at SoFi Stadium.
Why did they pick there?
Have no clue. I hate SoFi Stadium.
Oh my gosh.
I think Los Angeles is kind of a hub for other people to come to.
Right.
from Asia, from, a bunch of different countries. Right. I met people there from Paris. Like,
oh my gosh.
There were so many people from all over.
Which is insane that you were able to even get a ticket.
Can't believe it. To this day, that is the worst ticketing experience I've ever had in my life.
Oh my God, the stress.
They gave pre-sale codes. Okay, so I'm sure Taylor Swift fans watching who tried to get tickets to her Eras tour are going to be able to relate to me on how terrible Ticketmaster is with their service. But they gave out pre-sale codes to the people that had concert tickets to the concerts that got canceled.
Okay.
So I'm thinking, oh my God, all the seats are going to be open. I got lower level. I'll be able to get lower level again. By the time I got in, because it glitched for a good 2 hours, nobody could get in and get tickets. After those 2 hours, I got in. There were only upper level tickets available.
Dang. Wow.
And everybody else that bought tickets the day before, the day after that, and then for the actual sale, they had the opportunity to get floor tickets.
Wow.
And we didn't. I was so frustrated. I can't believe I even made it to that concert.
Yeah, that was crazy.
So I went there. Then I went to Las Vegas because they announced that they were going to do it again, but do it in Las Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
So 4 shows only for the whole world. Went to Las Vegas.
Much better experience.
Yeah. And on the very last day of that 4th concert, they announced something coming out that June, and everybody panicked and they were like, oh my God, it's going to be a world tour.
Oh.
And then that's when they announced that they were actually going on hiatus until 2025.
Oh. Dang.
Yeah.
But then you went to Chicago for...
Yes, but then one of the members, Yoongi, my favorite member, my bias, he said, you know what? I'm going to go on tour, world tour for my album that he came out with.
Yep.
Before he goes into the military. And so I got to see him in Chicago. I want to cry just thinking about that concert.
Yeah, you said it was the best ever concert you'd been to.
Yeah. Like, imagine your favorite artist and your dream lineup of songs, your dream set list.
Yeah.
That's what it was like for me.
And those concerts are, holy cow, like loud and packed and tons of people and
incredibly difficult to get tickets to. I still can't believe to this day I've gone to that many.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I just like
that you got on a plane to go see them.
Right. I just feel so grateful.
Yeah.
Like so incredibly grateful.
Because there were a lot of people that couldn't get those
so
tickets.
many. And I just wish everybody could see them live once in their lives, because it is such a different experience that I probably will chase forever.
Yeah.
It just being a fan of theirs is so much fun.
Yeah.
And so worth it.
That's cool. And that all started in 9th grade.
Yep.
Little did you know you'd be 25 on a podcast talking about it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I mean, you're going to agree with this one. And I had to bring this up because it's very poignant for my life. Growing up in the farm, we didn't really have pets that were inside the house, right? Mm-hmm. We had a dog named Howdy, and Howdy was outside, and that you just didn't let animals in the house. Mm-hmm. And then we got Lily, our little dog. Little did I know first of all, how much I was going to love having an animal in the house. Just having her. But really, I guess I didn't think about it when we got her, because we got her at 4 months or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of work. Little did I know that having a puppy and a dog is a lot of work, just like having a kid. Mm-hmm. But little did I know how hard it was going to be to say goodbye to her.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know it was going to be that difficult for me.
Yeah.
I think even harder than when my dad died.
Yeah.
And my brother. and I don't know, like for you, but it was just the hardest thing. So, and I think that's why I won't say never, but that's probably why I won't get another dog or cat or animal. I don't know. I didn't expect that. I honestly didn't think that having a dog, I was going to become that, like not obsessed, but consumed with like everything was around Lily. Our lives were around her. I mean, she was a Havanese. She was a beautiful, amazing dog. And just, yeah, I mean, everybody says that about their dogs because dogs are just amazing. Sometimes I think I've said this, I like dogs more than I like people.
A lot of people would agree with that. I think me too.
Dogs are just, oh my gosh. And I don't feel this way about cats.
Oh, I love cats.
See, you love cats. I grew up on the farm. I had 22 cats. They were barn cats. They were mean. They scratched.
They're barn cats, though.
I don't know. Cats are sneaky. Yeah, I mean, they're cute. Cute kittens are cute. But I don't know. Cats are sneaky. I don't know. I like dogs. I think they're cats are probably intuitive as well. But anyway, little did I know when we got that little dog that my whole life, I swear, was going to be consumed with Lily. Well, we can't stay. We got to go home for Lily. We got to find someone to watch Lily. And then when we had to put her down, it was just,
I think probably the worst grief I've ever experienced.
The worst. I don't know if I've ever cried that hard in my life. Just out and out, public, just bawling.
Yeah.
It was just so difficult.
Yeah.
But I mean, now we were lucky to have her for almost 13 years. Did we have her?
Yeah. 13 years.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that was a big one with the dog thing. Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
You got another one?
It's more of a recent one, and I'm interested to see where it goes even more. One day, it was so weird. I was sitting in the back room at work, and all of a sudden I was sitting there and I couldn't stop smelling a smell that I had from when I was in high school. It smelled like my friend's car.
Really?
And I couldn't understand what it was coming from, why I was having that flashback.
Oh.
Whatever. And so I decided to text him.
Yeah.
And ask what he was up to that night, because I just thought maybe I should check in on him.
Yeah.
And he said, "Oh, I'm playing D&D with my friends."
Oh.
And I said, and at the time I was watching this campaign of people called Critical Role. They play D&D.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, "Oh, do you think there's a chance that I could join?"
Mm-hmm.
And he said, "Yeah, absolutely. You just got to talk to the DM." Which was one of my old friends from high school that I hadn't talked to in probably 4 years.
Yeah.
And so I messaged him. I was like, "Hey, would I be able to join your D&D group? I'm really into D&D recently, and I just really am looking to join someone and play with someone." He's like, "Of course." So then I joined.
Yep.
And now I talk to all of my friends that I had when I was in high school again. Reconnected with all of them. I have such a passion for Dungeons and Dragons now.
Yeah.
And now I'm going to be a DM for a campaign with them. Yeah. So I'm making up my own story. And
this probably will lead to something.
I feel like I'm in the middle of something right now.
Yeah. I get
little
that
did I
sense.
know.
Yeah.
You know?
And it started with the smell of his car.
Yeah.
That reminded you and kind of triggered you.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Led me to text him, which led me to text my other friend.
Yeah.
Which led me to joining.
Yeah.
Which led me to now finding something that I love that I did not expect to love.
Mm-hmm. Just another creative outlet for you to do something.
Yeah.
Instead of being on that app, being like, look at that, how things have led you to, like reconnecting with your friends, led you to Alan.
Yeah.
And those are big things in your life. The people that are in your life.
Yeah.
I mean, I could totally talk about how little did I know then. But
so that's
yeah,
one that I feel like I'm in the middle of.
yeah. And
where
then
I'm going to be like, wow, little did I know that all of that.
Yeah, because I could see it like really turning into something else, like even making money off of it somehow.
Well, a lot of people do.
Yeah.
Like Critical Role, for example. They are just a bunch of friends who all turned into voice actors, or they were voice actors and then they all became friends because they were voice actors.
Yeah.
Formed a group and started playing games. And then one day they were like, what if we like made videos and put them on the internet of us playing our game?
Yeah.
And now 3 campaigns later, each campaign has like, I want to say at least 300 4-hour-long episodes.
Yeah.
They're one of the biggest.
Yeah. And people watch them.
Yeah.
And then they get paid.
Yeah.
Because they have sponsors or.
Yeah. They have sponsors.
See?
They have merch. They have podcasts. They have everything.
Okay. So yeah.
I think my dream would be to have D&D as a job. That would be so fun.
Yeah, because you're just playing. You're just having fun.
Right. You just get to be creative.
That's what I talked about in the last one, is if you can find something. We were talking about that. It wasn't in a podcast. We were just talking about it.
Oh, sure.
If you can find something that you love and enjoy doing, like for fun, but turn it into a way to make money off of it, it's gold.
Yeah, and I'm like a little iffy about that sometimes because I don't want to ruin the fun with turning it into a job.
Yeah.
But I feel like with D&D, it's like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I just have a feeling about it.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, you've always liked that kind of stuff. So that's kind of cool.
I really also want to go to the Renaissance Fair. So I'm hoping this little did I know is going to take me to the Renaissance Fair this year.
Because it's that kind of stuff. That would be fun. Have you ever been to the I thought you went one year.
No, I wanted to.
Oh, was that field trip I wouldn't let you go on? Did you guys go? Wasn't there a field trip?
There was a field trip to the Renaissance Fair and you didn't let me go on it?
No, that maybe was in a dream. I can't remember. For some reason, I thought there was a field trip. I don't even know what grade that was. Maybe not. Maybe I'm thinking of something else.
I hope you're thinking of something else.
I can't remember.
Maybe we'll have to go this year.
I had an issue with field trips.
Yeah, you did.
All my fears. I've worked through, I think, some of those fears.
Yeah, you have.
But now now maybe we can go and that'll be we can experience. I've never been there. So that
would be fun.
Yeah, that we could think of the cool outfits we could wear for that.
Yeah. I really want to make a cool outfit for that.
Yeah.
Because you do like corsets and you could go like either a pirate or you could do like a fairy or an elf or a princess or,
We might have to do that.
And they've got good food there too.
Isn't that usually during the state fair?
It's around the time of the state fair.
Okay.
It goes like by weekends rather than weeks.
Oh, okay.
But it's like weekends for like August through September.
Okay, yeah. Well, maybe when it's not as hot.
Yeah.
I would enjoy it then and the food and stuff. Yeah. That sounds like fun.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, so we got to wrap this up. I have so many. Well, really quick, little did I know when I got my tattoo. Oh, you're not going to be able to see it. It's a cardinal. My dad. Little did I know, I made such a big deal about it. It's going to hurt. It's going to hurt. No, it was the noise that bothered me more. But this was only 5 minutes. Tattoos, that didn't hurt. But I think for me, and then also little did I know getting on a plane wasn't going to be as scary.
Right.
As I made it my whole life, I made it into this scary thing. I'm never going to do it. No way. And then it ended up not being that bad at all. For me also, really quick, because see, I'm 57, so there's a ton. I didn't realize how incredibly rewarding and challenging it was going to be to have kids.
Mm-hmm.
And parents out there. Especially being a stay-at-home mom, I wanted to do everything right and everything perfect. Mm-hmm. And that was the challenge of it. And not like I didn't do a lot with other adults. So it just all became about you guys.
Mhm.
And that wasn't good, healthy for you. So, but little do you know when you have a baby that it's just going to be like, for me, it was just, oh my gosh, it was a lot,
Mhm.
but it was amazing. Like, it's amazing and wonderful at the same time.
Mhm.
A lot of emotions. But really, I think the biggie for me was, little did I know when I started working part-time at McKinsey's that 13 years later, I would own it.
Yeah.
Like, that's insane, because I stayed at home for 17 years with you guys.
Yeah.
And then just thought, I just got to get out of the house. And very part-time, 10 hours a week. And then all these years later, I own that store. Like, that's insane. That's to me, that's crazy. If someone would have told me that way back then, I would have never believed them. Right. But everything happens the way it's meant to happen and the time it's meant to happen.
Mm-hmm.
That's really, really, I think it's really cool.
That reminds me of my last one, actually. I have one more as well. Little did I know that Miles going to college for marketing would lead me into, helping run
a business.
Yeah, run Mackenzie's.
Because you never knew what you wanted to do.
Right. And then Miles, who's my older brother by 7 years, went to college for marketing and graphic design. And for him to learn about all of the, Adobe Illustrator, Adobe Photoshop, all that, he taught me.
Yeah.
And so he would sit there with his laptop and I would sit on the home computer because we had it downloaded on both. And he would show me how to design something and then I would do it.
Yeah.
So that was like fun time for us to do.
He
but
was
he
such a good big brother to you.
Yeah. But he was teaching me something that would lead me into.
And you probably just thought you're just learning that. You had no idea that you would be like doing all of that to run a business. Like, I don't know how to do any of that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So she takes care of all that marketing and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And you're running an actual business.
And even doing this podcast too, it helped me learn how to video edit.
Right.
And now I can
like you taught yourself how to do all this stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, people take it for granted. Oh, just do a podcast. There's a lot of technical stuff that you have to know how to do. I don't know how to do any of it. So it's crazy to me how when you look back.
Yeah.
Like, little did you know, you thought you guys were just sitting there having fun, learning how to do Photoshop and creating things.
The most I thought I was going to get out of it was that I had a Pinterest account for 5 Seconds of Summer.
Oh.
And I would make like little Pinterest images with their lyrics on it and post them to like one of the most popular 5 Seconds of Summer group boards.
Right.
And people would like and then they would request me to make them another one. And I low-key got popular off of that. I was like in 8th grade, I want to say. And it was like a full-time job during the summer. Like I'd be like, okay, the next 15 people that comment, I'm going to make you an edit.
That's insane.
And then I'd post it. It would get a few hundred likes. I think the most one ever got was like, I want to say like 2,000 repins or something like that.
Yeah.
And then someone was faking being Luke Hemmings and they would always comment on my stuff. Wow, Hannah, love your stuff.
Oh, gosh.
As Luke Hemmings. And I'd be like, oh my God, Luke Hemmings. But it wasn't.
Like the time I thought, what's his Kid Rock's drummer was messaging.
Yep. That was what my experience was.
But how old was I? 50 some years old.
How old was your internet age? You were only a couple years on the internet at that point.
Yeah, I was,
and so was
toddler
I.
From the
you got to go by internet age with that stuff.
And then you're like, you come to work that night, and you're like, no, that's not really the drummer mom. I'm like, what? That's my Kid Rock phase that lasted for about a year. And then I'm like, no more Kid Rock.
Yeah.
Can't handle the screaming and the. But that was funny.
Yeah.
That I actually believed. No, look it says right here.
It's
the
him.
drummer.
Mommy has 10 followers on
my
Instagram.
God. I didn't know how to look all that. I still don't know how to work Instagram, but yeah, that's funny. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Look how that led you. Everything. Look back in your life and you can connect the dots to where you're sitting right now and why you're sitting there. What led you there?
Yeah.
If you don't like where you're sitting, I suggest you move right now. And I don't mean from the living room to the kitchen or whatever. I mean, if you don't like what's in your life right now, it's only you that can do something about it. You have to make the choice to move out of a situation, out of a relationship, out of a job. You have to do it.
And you can do it.
And you can do it. Oh my goodness. Yeah. But there's a lot of scary things that I've been through in my life and just gave me more courage. And I always considered myself a wimp. So if I can do it, anybody can do it. What's important is that everyone should be happy and everyone is guaranteed that right to be happy and valued. And so if you're not happy, you got to do something about it and ask for help or something.
Yeah, because you deserve that happiness.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's connecting your dots, and where you are right now is where you're supposed to be. But if you don't want to be there, make the choice to move and you can do it. Cool. Okay, we got favorites.
Yeah.
What are your favorites?
I've been so wrapped up in making my campaign.
Your new campaign.
So I guess some of my favorites would be some of the characters that my friends came up with. Their characters are hilarious.
Oh, that's fun.
I am so excited. The first session is going to be in August. So I'm so excited for them to meet each other's characters and I'm figuring out ways to introduce them.
Yeah.
And some are really like scary and then some are really funny. And I just love being able to create a story for people that I really love and cherish.
Yeah.
Like I really love my friends so much.
Yeah,
and
they're
so
a good group.
Just like being able to make something that I know is going to make them laugh and I know that they're going to like with their characters. Like I hope they like.
They will. They will.
Like it's bringing me a lot of joy right now.
Yeah.
And then I have a new little setup for my iPad.
Yeah.
I bought like a keyboard, a Bluetooth keyboard and mouse for my iPad. So I've been typing up the story on there. And
that's so cool. It's like creating like your own, like a story.
It's like a book. Yeah. It's like you're an author.
Like you're writing a book.
A DM, a dungeon master, is essentially an author.
Right.
Or a teacher in some ways too, because like the campaign that I'm running, I didn't really come up with the setting or the history or anything like that. So I have to read the campaign book and dig deep into the history of the world of D&D, which is called the Forgotten Realms. I have to dig deep into, what exists in the city of Waterdeep and they're going to be in this dungeon under this mountain. Who lives there? There's 23 different levels of
we gotta go to the Renaissance
mountain.
Festival.
I know, but there's 23 different levels of the mountain and each one is like a different experience that I have to try to bring to life. Somebody wrote about it. Now I have to try to teach them about it and teach them the history of that world and
that's so cool.
Bring them along the ride. It is so fun.
That is very cool.
If you know anybody that plays D&D, I recommend just sitting in for one game and just listen to what's going on.
Yeah.
A lot of people think, ew, that's nerdy. Maybe some people think that's the devil's work.
Childish. It's for kids.
I think it is so cool to be able to experience scheduling out a time each week and hanging out with some of your favorite people
Yeah.
for 4 to sometimes even 6 hours.
Well, and living in a make-believe world.
Just being a completely different person
Yeah.
for that amount of time.
That's good to do that too. It's good for your brain to kind of just, what is that? Just
decompress.
Yes, decompress.
Yeah. And just live somewhere else
Yeah.
for a whole 4 to 6 hours.
Using your imagination, your creativity. That's great. That's great for your brain. And it's fun.
It is. It's really fun.
Yeah. That's cool.
So that's what I've been focusing on, and that's been really fun. I also went to Fish Lake again.
Okay.
In Maple Grove when it was raining.
Yeah, you said, and there was like a mist or something over the lake.
Yeah.
And you were the only ones there.
Yeah, because nobody wants to swim in a lake when it's raining.
You
but
get wet anyway.
I do. Right.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
that was fun too. Yeah.
Cool. I don't think we talked about when we went to Carlos State Park. Because I'm going
Lake
back.
Carlos?
Lake Carlos
State Park.
Yeah.
We went there as well.
That
oh my
was
gosh.
fun.
And I went to I went with Alan.
Where did you go with him? Oh, you went to Taylor's Falls.
Yes, I went to Taylor's Falls.
Yeah, all these things happened in the last couple weeks that we didn't do one last week. But I think we went with Miles and Presley and did a picnic by the lake and walked around. That was a precious day. And then we went to
Carlos Creek
Winery, amazing in Alexandria.
I love
amazing
that
place. Presley and I sat on a blanket under a tree in the shade, and it was such a beautiful day that day.
Yeah.
That was a very special day. I loved it. Our picnic lunch was amazing, if I do say so myself, that I packed. And then also when Presley came to the store, again, it always has to do with my kids, Presley, or customers. Those experiences that I have with people are the most treasured to me.
Yeah.
And are always my favorites.
And that customer that came in.
Oh my gosh, that's right, with the dress story.
Yes.
That was like the best. One of the best,
coolest experience.
Do you want to tell
at the
it?
Store.
Like I was in the back when she came in.
Yeah, so she came in and she was like, I am feeling so defeated. The person that's altering my dress for a black tie formal event
was the next day.
It was the next day.
And this was this was late in the afternoon.
Yeah. She said that she could get my dress to me by today. I went there and she was gone. And there was a sign on the door saying she wasn't going to be back until late July. And so she couldn't get her dress. She didn't know what to do. So she came here. She came to Mackenzie's.
Right.
And was like, do you have anything that could fit for a black tie event? And I didn't know.
Yeah, you were up front. I was in the back finishing my lunch or something.
Yeah.
And I was listening to the conversation.
I was like, I don't really know if we have anything that's black tie formal. And then you came out and you said, there is one item
on the clearance rack.
On the clearance rack, $15. And it's could work for black tie formal. It's a dress that we've had for
last year. It was last summer.
Yeah. Since end of last summer.
And we had one small left.
Yep.
Can I describe it?
Absolutely.
Okay. So it was a one shoulder dress, right? Mind you, this customer came in with a one shoulder dress on.
Yeah.
It was just a knit casual one shoulder black dress. This was a one shoulder black dress.
Yeah.
And then it was like fitted here, and then it had like some ruffles, like a cha-cha-cha kind of dance. And then it had like a slight sparkle in it all over. It was gorgeous.
Yeah.
And I showed it to her and she's like, okay, wait a minute. This might work. I'm like, just go try it on. She came out of the fitting room. It fit her like it was made for her body.
Yeah.
She looked amazing in it, and it was gorgeous. And then we even she showed me, she went out to the car, got her shoes.
Yeah.
We found earrings that were almost matched perfectly.
Yeah.
It was the weirdest moment in time where you knew everything was lining up exactly how it was supposed to be.
Yeah.
That dress sat on that rack for that long because it was meant for her.
Yeah.
And she was like, I think it was more comfortable than the other dress she was going to wear. Like, she thinks it was going to be a better dress than what her dress she was going to wear was going to be. It was just the best.
Yeah.
And the fact that it was $15.
Right.
And it was beautiful on her.
Right.
It fit her body just perfectly.
Mm-hmm.
And the weird thing that she came in with a dress
with one
shoulder
that looked just like it.
That style, like it had a like I never see people wearing a dress with just like that one shoulder.
Right.
Like one whole shoulder's bare and then it's just, that was incredible.
Yeah.
That was a great moment.
Yeah, that was one of the coolest experiences I've had working at the store.
That's when you know, and she was so happy.
Yeah.
She was just the look on her face and just how thrilled she was.
Mm-hmm.
And I was so happy for her because I'm like, this is a great deal.
Yeah.
like you said, she probably would have paid $100 for the dress.
Well, when you're like at a point where you can't find anything.
There was nothing.
Right.
Yeah. And no time. She was wasn't she on her lunch break or something?
Yes, she was on her lunch break.
Her lunch break from work.
So that was the only time that she had to look somewhere.
And that was all the time she had was to come.
Yeah.
And she just came on a whim. Look at that. And thank God
Coolest
I could hear
ever.
the conversation. I was in the back, but thank God I must have had the air conditioner off for that moment. But that was the best.
Yeah.
That was just, that's when you know that you're where you're supposed to be, that everything happens in the right time and where you're supposed to be. And that was just great to witness that and be a part of that for her. She said she was going to take pictures of herself in it.
I hope I can see them.
She would have got tons of compliments.
Yeah,
for sure. Yeah. That was a great favorite. I'm glad you remembered that. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, let's quick do a card.
Yeah.
We've been talking a lot for this one. You want to pick?
Sure.
All right. Pick a card. This is the advice or the tip for the week, message for the week.
You already have what it takes.
Oh,
you already have what it takes. That goes exactly with what we were talking about.
You already have everything is happening exactly how it's meant to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you're going through something that's really challenging, hang in there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Because everyone goes through challenging things. Everything will work out.
Mm-hmm.
And say that in your mind over and over. I say that in my mind over and over. Everything is always working out for me.
Mm-hmm.
It's working out. Even if it's not working out, it's working out.
Mm-hmm.
Because something better is coming.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it's all about. If the door closes on your face, what is it? Rejection is direction.
Yep.
Everything is always working out the way it's supposed to and working out for you. I loved this episode.
Yeah,
this was fun.
is a good one.
Yeah. Little did we know.
Yeah.
And little do we know of where this might lead.
Yeah.
I'm saying private jet, baby. This little is going to lead to a private jet. Somehow, some way, it's coming. It's coming. What was the card? What did it say? You already
have what it takes.
You already have what it takes
to
have the private jet. Anyway, everybody have a great rest of your day and a great week ahead. Thank you for watching us, by the way, and listening.
Yeah, and if you're listening to us on Spotify, you can watch us on YouTube. And if you're watching us on YouTube, you can listen to us on Spotify.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.